Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for waiting. We would now like to start the press conference on NBA Japan Games 2022 presented by Rakuten. I've been serving as MC today. My name is Bolden Nahoko. Thank you for your support in advance. Now, let me introduce the attendants today. If you can come up on the stage. Rakuten Group, Representative Director, Chairman and CEO, Mr. Hiroshi Mikitani. NBA Commissioner, Adam Silver. NBA Asia, Managing Director, Scott Levy. These three gentlemen are with us. First of all, I'd like to invite Mr. Mikitani to give us some remarks. Thank you. I thank everyone for being with us today. To have such a large group of members of the press and TV stations, I'm grateful to have you all. So, as was introduced earlier, NBA and Rakuten, now we'll be hosting NBA Japan Games 2022 presented by Rakuten. In this coming fall, NBA Games will be held in Japan. As such, NBA Commissioner Mr. Adam Silver and NBA Asia Executive Vice President Mr. Scott Levy, with their support, and also thanks to other members of NBA, I am very much grateful for your support and cooperation. Thank you very much indeed. Last time was back in 2019, and because of COVID-19, it had been difficult to hold the game, so it will be the first time in 3 years and second time for Rakuten to hold the NBA Japan Games, and we are very much honored to be able to host this. Especially as you saw in the video, this time we have the honor of inviting Golden State Warriors with a passing basketball, attracting a lot of people, and Washington Wizards, who has Rui Hachimura, very popular teams. They will be coming to Japan to play the game. It's going to be a historical opportunity. As you know, in Warriors, there is a superstar player, Stephen Curry, who received NBA MVP twice, and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, a wonderful basketball player. And of course, they are not just wonderful basket players, but they are well-respected people. And as Rakuten Group, we sponsor Golden State Warriors as well. Now for Wizards, I'm sure you're paying a lot of attention. They actually got Rui Hachimura with the first round in draft, which was almost unthinkable for Japanese in the past. So the games, these teams playing each other, it's really a dream match. Now, if I may talk a little bit about Rakuten, from 2010, actually, for 5 consecutive years, we are distributing all the NBA games. And as was mentioned earlier, for Golden State Warriors, we have a partnership. And on the chest of our uniform, we call it badge. So our name is shown, our logo is shown, and e-commerce and charity activities. We work with the Warriors, and specifically with Stephen Curry. We work on those activities as well. So under this COVID-19, the world-class top games, it had been quite difficult to see those games in person. Of course, one thing is to enjoy them online. That's great. But to be able to see it in person at the actual stadium, to be able to see the world-class, the best matches, that would be a great opportunity. So through this opportunity, I hope that not just the basketball fans, but all the sports fans, as well as the entire Japan and the entire world, will be more revitalized through these games. Now, as for the specific schedule of the games, it will be introduced later on, but on the September 30th and the 2nd of October, the games will be held, and the tickets will be available from the middle of April. For NBA Rakuten people, there will be a priority ticket sales as well. But I hope that a wide range of people will be able to enjoy the games. That is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mikitani. I would now like to invite Mr. Adam Silver, NBA Commissioner, to say a few words.
Yours.
Thank you, Mickey, and hello, everyone. Let me begin by saying to Mickey and your colleagues at Rakuten, we very much appreciate your partnership. Without your support, these Japan Games would not be possible. Today's announcement is exciting for a number of reasons. First, having our teams resume international travel is a sign that we're getting back to a more normal way of life. In October of 2019, we played 2 successful games in Saitama. Those contests were among the last international games we held as COVID hit just a few months later. So the fact that we can bring NBA basketball to other continents again is extremely encouraging. Second, what's particularly noteworthy about these upcoming games is not only will fans get to watch the greatness of players like Steph Curry, but they will also have the opportunity to see one of their own in Rui Hachimura. Rui was, of course, born and raised in Japan. I know it will mean the world to him to play in his home country as a member of the NBA. Soon you'll hear from Steph and Rui, as well as from Joe Lacob and Ted Leonsis, the principal owners of the Golden State Warriors and the Washington Wizards. Thanks to both of those teams for their participation in what will be a memorable week of events and community activities. What's special, too, is that these preseason games will add to an already exciting stretch for sports and basketball in Japan. Of course, the Tokyo Olympics last summer was something the sports world was craving. As many of you know, Japan will be co-hosting the highly anticipated FIBA Basketball World Cup in the summer of 2023. So there's no shortage of opportunities for the people of Japan to experience top-notch basketball. Thanks again to you, Mickey, and everyone at Rakuten for their continued engagement around the NBA and for making these Japan Games a reality. I look forward to seeing all of you at the games later this year.
Thank you, Adam. It's great to have your support. それでは続きましてフォトセッションに移って
So let us now move on to the photo session. Mikitani-san, if you can step down once.
Ready. Please stay with us and stand by. ステージの準備が整いますまで
So if you can wait for a while until we have the setup ready. Stage again.
We are ready to start.
So first of all, for the movie members at the end, it will be your turn. So those of you in front, if you can sit down, thank you for your support. So those members for the video movies at the end.
します。はい。それでは徐々に中央に目線を移していただけますでしょうか。はい。それでは最後に右側をお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。続きまして前方スチールの皆様お待たせいたしました。準備は
So the still cameras, it's your turn now in front. So if you can start for the center, the official camera. If you can look towards the center.
はい。続いて左側お願いいたします。
If you can look towards the left.
もう一度センター中央をお願い。
If you can once again, actually look towards the right-hand side.
よろしいでしょうか。ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. So that's it for the photo session. Mikitani-san, if you can step down again.
Us today, photo session is finished, and you may leave the meeting at your convenience. Thank you. 先ほど発表のありました。
As announced earlier, this year in September and in October, NBA Japan Games 2022 will be held. 2 games will be held. From the 2 teams that will be participating, we have the players and CEOs with their video message. Please watch the screen.
Konnichiwa, Stephen Curry here. Very excited about being able to go back to Japan and play in the NBA Global Games. I've been in the NBA Global Games twice now, and this will be the 3rd time, so very excited to have another opportunity to branch out and experience basketball internationally, and especially how much basketball is loved and admired in Japan. I know it's huge in Tokyo, especially in surrounding cities. And it's going to be an honor for me and my teammates to play a couple games there along with the Washington Wizards and Rui Hachimura, who is an amazing young athlete in this league that's destined for great things. And I know he represents Japan very well in basketball on a global stage as it should be. And personally for me, I've been to Japan twice now, and including in 2019 when I came for a trip with Under Armour and Curry Brand, and was just amazed about the passion for the game, the energy around the game, how many people watch, how many people play, and just the culture that's around basketball, and the way that the Japanese citizens really can show their creativity and their culture through the game. And so I'm excited for my teammates to be able to experience that as well. And play games in front of some amazing fans. And we're also very excited to represent Rakuten and their CEO, Miki Mikitana, who for about 3-4 years now, I've known him extremely well, have developed an amazing relationship with Rakuten, both on and off the court, and trying to do some amazing things. And obviously, I really admire Mickey's vision, passion, and energy for growing his company, but also for supporting, what we're doing here in the basketball world. And I can't wait to be hosted by, the legend himself. So I just want to thank Adam Silver and the entire NBA for providing this opportunity for us to participate in the Japan games. And we definitely don't take it for granted. And we know that David Stern, he made the global games a reality many, many years ago, but we appreciate Adam for continuing to make it a priority for us in this generation of players. So on behalf of myself, the entire Warriors organization, Washington Wizards, and the whole NBA, we're honored to have been chosen and look forward to seeing everybody in Tokyo in September.
皆さんこんにちは。ワシントンウィザーズの
Hi everyone, I'm Rui Hachimura from Washington Wizards. I'm very much looking forward to playing in Japan as a member of Wizards. I'll continue to work hard to enliven the Japanese basketball. Thank you.
Konnichiwa, Japan. It's Bradley Beal here with the Washington Wizards. I'm super excited to come back to Japan once again for our game against the Golden State Warriors. Hope to see you all in person real soon.
Hey guys, I'm Kristaps Porzingis from the Washington Wizards. As an international player, I love seeing the game grow globally, and I'm extremely excited for our NBA Japan game later this year, so look forward to seeing you all there.
Konnichiwa. I'm Joe Lacob, owner and co-chairman of the Golden State Warriors. As an organization, the Warriors are really excited and honored to participate in the Japan games next preseason, and they play against Washington, who we played in the 1975 NBA Finals. Another organization with great history, and of course, the great Japanese player Rui Hachimura, and it'll be really, really fun. We've had the opportunity to play in the global games 3 times in the last 15 years, and this will be our first trip, however, to Japan, and we can't wait to experience the incredible Japanese culture and experience the passionate NBA fan base in Tokyo. I personally have been to Japan in recent years and enjoyed it very, very much. Some of our players, like Steph Curry, have visited Japan in recent years and have had a blast. And of course, Rakuten, a terrific e-commerce company based in Japan and led by Miki Mikitani, who is one of our Golden State Warriors' prominent partners. Of course, Rakuten's logo is prominently displayed on our jerseys for every game we play, meaning we're connected each day with our Japanese friends. So we feel like we've already established some strong ties in Japan with the fans and the business community, and we can't wait to further build upon this unique bond during the Japan games and really for many, many years in the future. I'll just close by saying how amazing it is to see how the growth of basketball on an international basis. It is truly a global game. I think, in fact, about 25% of the players in the NBA now are from another country, which is truly incredible. We have fans all around the world, and including Japan. So during the Japan games, the fans will not only be familiar with Rui, but with many players on both teams. And that's pretty cool for the Warriors, the Wizards, and the NBA. We'll see everyone at the end of September. Very excited, can't wait. Sayonara.
Hi, everyone. It's Ted Leonsis from the Washington Wizards, and we're so honored to represent the NBA in the wonderful game of basketball in front of an audience of very avid, very passionate, very educated Japanese fans. And it's wonderful to be here with you today with Adam Silver and Miki-san, who I've known for so many years from the tech and commerce industries. And Rakuten is one of the most important internet e-commerce companies, and we're thrilled about being associated with them. And I know that fellow owners from Golden State are here, and while we're very, very friendly as friends, we want to have a very competitive game and beat Golden State in front of a large, passionate fan base in Japan. And it is great, deep personal meaning for us as a organization, because we've drafted and developed Rui Hachimura, and he gets the opportunity now to go back home and play in front of friends, family, the league, knowing that the world will be watching. I'd like to say a couple of things about Rui, because I'm very, very fond of him. He's not only developing into a star NBA player and being such a great teammate, but we've watched him develop. We drafted him, scouted him in college, drafted him, and have been developing him. And we see the gifts and skills that he developed as a young person growing up in Japan, We have one of the most global lineups. We have players from 8 different countries, and we are proud that this game of basketball, the simplicity of becoming a fan, you put on some sneakers and get a ball and find a court, and you can play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. And we've just watched the game and the popularity of the game explode. And we know that the people in Japan are loving the NBA action, and the Wizards have become a very, very important must-see watch because of Rui Hachimura. And we're very grateful for that. And I'm also personally grateful for the role that Japan has played in how popular a destination Washington, D.C. has become for tourists all over the world. More than 100 years ago, the mayor of Tokyo sent as a gift to us the cherry blossom trees. And every end of March, beginning of April, those cherry blossoms reawaken, and they line the National Mall. And DC not only is its own city, but it's the nation's destination, the nation's city. It's become a _1 tourist spot in the country. And every time you talk about Washington, DC, you are talking and seeing the cherry blossoms in bloom. So we're very grateful to pay it back somewhat and go play in front of the great fans. And I so look forward to being there with my family. I have a daughter who was recently married. She spent her honeymoon with her husband in Japan and showed us all these videos and photos. And I'm personally very excited to get to spend quality time with all of you.
両チームの選手、CEO の方からのメッセージをご覧いただきました。
The players and CEOs of the 2 teams had sent the message.
は
NBA Japan Games 2022 presented by Rakuten will be held on September 30 and October the 2nd at Saitama Super Arena. About the games and the ways to obtain tickets will be introduced to you at the special website that will be opened today. Information will be provided as appropriate. And now we would like to open the floor for questions. Please limit the questions on what was announced today. And also please limit the number of questions to 2 per media. From NBA Asia, we have Scott Livy, and from Rakuten, Mr. Koji Ando, Group Managing Executive Officer, Rakuten Inc., and Mr. Rahul Kadavako, Vice President of Rakuten's Sports Business, Rakuten Inc. To prevent the spread of COVID-19 infection, please approach the nearby microphone stand to ask questions, rather than waiting for the microphones to be passed around. Now, Mr. Ando, please come up to the stage.
それでは会場でご
We will first take questions from the media in this room. If you have questions, please raise your hand. Yes, a person wearing a gray hooded jersey, please. I'm Tanno from TBS TV. I'm not sure whom to address this question, but earlier, Mr. Silver mentioned that there may be events other than the games themselves. And these two teams are quite popular, and what will be the opportunities for fans to interact with the teams? Are there any events scheduled as of now? Thank you for that question. At the moment, on October the 1st, in between the two games, we plan to hold Fan Night as a fun event. As for the specifics of the event, we are not able to discuss, but we are planning to make it a very fun event.
Thank you very much. Can we move on? So let's move on to the next question. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Yes, the person in the gray suit, please. From Nikkan Sports, my name is Okuoka. Under the COVID situation, to realize an international event like this, I'm sure it was quite challenging. So is there any episode of the difficulty that you had to overcome to realize this? And to hold these games in Japan under the COVID, did you ever feel that passion from the NBA side? Thank you. For the first question, indeed, with our company, Rakuten Group and NBA, to hold this press conference. Can we really hold this conference at this timing? Honestly speaking, we really didn't know until the last minute to be able to hold today's press conference. But given the recent trend of the booster as well as the infection cases trend, and also the government is taking measures to sort of ease the restrictions for the events. And based on those, for the first time, it will be a symbolic global games to be able to get out of this COVID-19. With that view, we decided to announce it today. Therefore, in that sense, until the last minute, this huge event, whether we can realize this event, we were very much worried and to the last minute. From NBA side, maybe Scott, over to you.
It's wonderful to be here with all of you, and we are thrilled to be working with Rakuten again to bring the games back to Japan in September. It's absolutely a priority for us, for our teams, our players, and of course all of our fans to ensure we're conducting our games in the safest environment, and we'll continue to monitor that. But as Koji-san said, we are confident things are moving in the right direction and very excited to be able to do our second set of games here in partnership with Rakuten.
Thank you.
ありがとうございました。Thank you.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you. With that, we would like to end the Q&A session. Mr. Ando, please step down from the stage.
Our Q&A session. 以上をもちまして
This brings to a close press conference on NBA Japan Games 2022 presented by Rakuten. Thank you for participating today.